Hey guys, what's up? While I'm out here, I'm going to do a video that I've always wanted to do, so I thought I might as well make a start here. As you guys know, I am a massive Arsenal fan. I'm a huge Arsenal fan. I'm going to admit I don't go and watch the games. I've seen them play a few times, but you know, it's quite pricey getting to the Emirates Stadium. And if I'm honest, the club doesn't like to spend money, so in some ways I don't really want to spend money either. So when the club starts spending money, I'll be more inclined to do that. That's the way I feel. But I thought while I'm here, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Arsenal's 2018-19 season. So my verdict on Unai Emerys is I actually think he's a fantastic manager. I think he's done an amazing job with the squad that he's got. There's a number of players that I personally would move on. I don't like giving negative feedback because I know sometimes it's not fair to give negative criticism, especially when you don't know the ins and outs of the situation. For example, people come to my workplace perhaps and say you don't have enough staff, you don't have enough this, that, but they don't actually know what we have to deal with day in, day out, you know, stuff like that. So I don't really feel like it's my place to give a lot of negative criticism because I don't really know what Unai Emery has to work with and what the club's budget is, but I can only give feedback on what I've seen and what I've observed. So out of 10, I'd give Unai Emery. Obviously, the Europa League's not yet happened the final. If we win that, I think Unai Emery's had an absolutely amazing season. I would definitely give him a 9 out of 10. Reason being, to come in and take over a manager that's been there for 22 years and work with the squad that he has got, with the amount of injuries that he did have with Hector Bellerin, Danny Welbeck, Rob Holding. I think those 3 injuries really cost the side. And obviously as an Arsenal fan, I do follow Arsenal more than any other club, but I suppose if I was a United fan, a Liverpool fan, I'm not going to say the team because I'd never support them. They've had their own ins and outs of the season. They've had their own problems, their own injury issues. I can only really speak about what I've seen for Arsenal. And I actually think if we had a bit more luck with perhaps even just Rob Holding being available, Hector Bellerin being available, you could see Ainsley Maitland-Niles could probably have supported more in the midfield, which is what his natural role appears to have been. But I think our season would have been much stronger. And when a new manager comes in, it's not like when you work in a regular job where you have more flexibility to bring people in, bring people out throughout the year. Unai Emery only has transfer markets to actually make his let's say his transfers. So you know, he's worked with players like, and again, I don't like to be totally negative, but some of this is obvious, like Mustafi, Xhaka, with all the errors that they've made throughout the season. They've also been fantastic at times, obviously, but he's had to work with a lot of deadwood. So it'll be interesting to see what he does this summer, which players he does move on. And tactic-wise, I don't blame him for changing tactics all the time because you can only work with what you've got. I mean, if he had all his players available, we might have seen more of a structure. But at the same time, I think if you look at teams like Barcelona and stuff, they have so much flexibility that players just slide in and out of position, almost like a network where they can just naturally just get where they need to be. And we can't do that because we don't have the players to do that. And I think that's what Unai Emery is trying to do. That's why people can't really say what our identity is. But definitely we certainly need more solidarity in defence. Get some players out, bring some new players in. We need a winger. Obviously we need to replace the likes of Aaron Ramsey, who I have to say I think has been a fantastic player for the club. I think he's done what he can. It's not his fault he's had to work with some of the places he's had to work with. In the past I've worked in certain places where some of the staff just aren't good enough, and you do your best as one person, and just because the company you work for, the store you work for is not doing great, it's not your fault. You give everything you can, but you can't help it if the person to the left of you isn't good enough. So overall I think Aaron Ramsey's done well for the club, and I wish him all the best at Juventus. But yeah, I want to see Arsenal do a bit more of what the likes of Norwich City and Liverpool are doing. They've got a lot of youth, players who are hungry to make a name for themselves, players who don't feel like they're earning big bucks and they can just relax and just coast. That's my verdict on players like, again, no disrespect, Mesut Ozil. Where's his motivation now? He's earned a lot of money, he's won a lot of things. I don't think he's hungry. He doesn't seem hungry to me, but forgive me if I'm wrong, because maybe Mesut, you are hungry. But from what I've observed, you can see when a player wants to fight for the club, when a player won't get up and go. When I'm down, I get the hell up. I'm up on my feet and I'm scrambling. I'm working hard. You can see the urgency in my behaviour. I don't see that with Mesut Ozil. And I think for the money that we pay him, we could get a lot better. We could get 2 or 3 players who are hungrier, who want it, who want to be Arsenal legends. I don't see that with Mesut Ozil. So me personally, I'd move Ozil on. I'd also move Granit Xhaka on. I'd also move Mustafi on. Alex Iwobi is a bit of a difficult one. I agree that the likes of Leroy Sané at his age are showing so much more development than Alex Iwobi, but maybe Alex Iwobi is a victim of the previous management. We don't know. Anyway, I don't want to call players out. I don't like doing that. Alex Iwobi's been fantastic some of the season. Granit Xhaka's been fantastic for some of it. Towards the end, Mustafi was fantastic. You know, at days at work, I have good days, I have bad days. We're only human, but it's just you want to see consistently good days. You know what I mean? So, Arsenal Football Club, I love them so much. I love Arsenal. I'm Arsenal through and through. I do have a cannon on the back of my calf. Wouldn't get the badge because it's not for me, but the cannon is enough to symbolise my love for Arsenal. But yeah, all in all, Unai Emery, I rate you. I do listen to you on a daily basis. I think the way you talk is great. You have to live for now, live for the next game, not for the end of the season. If you're consistently good on a day-to-day basis, then the results will come. So yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I'm happy with the 2018-19 season thus far. I just hope that we can push on next season. Again, we have to remember the likes of Pochettino, Klopp, Guardiola, even Sarri to some extent. When they've all started, they've had more of an advantage than we've had. So I'm very happy with things at Arsenal so far. And the question that I know on AFTV, which I do watch, would I rather Arsenal lose the Europa League so that Spurs can lose the Champions League? I know a lot of people have said they would rather Tottenham lose so that we can lose as well. But you know what? I don't care what Tottenham are doing. I really don't care. I'm focused on Arsenal. If they win the Champions League, which I hope they don't, and we win the Europa League, obviously it's not the same level. But if we win the Europa League and we get into the Champions League next season, and we get the right players in, I believe with Emery we could mount a stronger challenge for the title. We'll be in the Champions League, and you never know, we can get some even more major silverware next season. So why not just focus on us? Don't worry about them. Like if Pochettino wins the Champions League, he might then move on, and then this season will be dead the next season. So let's just focus on us as Arsenal. Let's hope Kroenke can invest. And as from now on, hopefully I can give more updates on Arsenal Football Club. I know this is a long video, but that's because I've not done one yet. So my name's Sylv, I go by the name Azarashi. I'm a huge Arsenal fan, Arsenal till I die. And hopefully one day I'll get to see Emirates. Peace out.